Sometimes, one person's words can change everything. This story is about a teacher and about a student who thought he was not good enough. His name was Daniel. He was 14 years old. He sat in the back of the classroom, always quiet, always unsure. His notebook was full of messy lines. His test papers had too many red marks. He felt invisible. Daniel believed he was a failure. That word echoed in his mind like a heavy drum. A failure. He repeated it every night before he slept. At home, his parents worked long hours. They cared about him, but they had no time to sit with him, no time to explain homework or talk about dreams. Daniel kept his feelings inside. He thought, maybe I am just not smart. But then, something happened. Something small, but powerful. One morning, a new teacher walked into the classroom. Her name was Mrs. Rivera. She had kind eyes and a warm smile. Her voice was calm but strong. She said, "Good morning, everyone. Let's learn together today." The word "together" touched Daniel. No teacher had ever said it like that before. Together, not alone. Mrs. Rivera gave the class a simple task: write one short paragraph about a dream. Most students wrote quickly, but Daniel just stared at the page. His pencil did not move. His hands felt heavy. The teacher walked around the room. When she came to Daniel, she bent down and asked softly, "What is your dream?" Daniel whispered, "I don't know." Mrs. Rivera smiled. "That's okay. Write about something you enjoy. Something small." Daniel thought for a moment. He liked drawing. He often drew little shapes in the corners of his notebook. So he wrote one sentence. "I like to draw pictures of mountains." It was short. It was simple. But for Daniel, it was honest. At the end of class, Mrs. Rivera collected the papers. She read them quickly, and then she looked at Daniel. She said something he never expected. "Daniel, you have a clear voice. Your words paint a picture. I want you to write more." Clear voice. Paint a picture. No one had ever said that to him before. That night, Daniel could not stop thinking about it. Clear voice. Paint a picture. He repeated those words as if they were magic. The next day, when Mrs. Rivera gave another writing exercise, Daniel wrote 2 sentences, then 3, then 5. Each time she nodded, smiled, and said, "Keep going. You have something important to share." Little by little, Daniel began to change. He started to believe in possibility. He started to believe in himself. Mrs. Rivera did more than teach grammar or vocabulary. She gave Daniel useful words for life. Words like believe, to trust yourself, encourage, to give someone hope, confidence, the feeling that you can do it, effort, the energy you put into something, persistence, not giving up even when it's hard. She repeated these words often, and Daniel repeated them too. Believe, encourage, confidence, effort, persistence. They became like seeds planted deep inside him. Slowly, they grew. One day, the class had to give a short speech. Daniel felt nervous. His heart beat fast. His palms were wet. He thought about hiding, about pretending to be sick. But Mrs. Rivera noticed. She walked over and said quietly, "Daniel, I believe in you. Just share one thought, one clear sentence. That's enough." Her words were like a light. Daniel stood up. His voice shook at first, but he said, "I want to be an artist because drawing makes me feel free." The room was silent. Then a few students clapped. Mrs. Rivera smiled proudly. At that moment, Daniel felt something new: confidence. Weeks turned into months. Daniel wrote more essays, gave more small talks, and practiced every day. He was not perfect, but he was growing. Mrs. Rivera always reminded the class, progress is more important than perfection. Small steps lead to big changes. Your voice matters. These phrases stayed in Daniel's heart. He repeated them like gentle prayers. Years later, Daniel was no longer the shy boy in the back. He went to art school. He painted, he wrote, and he even spoke at events. Every time he stood on a stage, he remembered that first day. He remembered a teacher who said, "Your words paint a picture." He remembered how one person's encouragement gave him courage. And he remembered that even when you feel small, your voice has power. This is the story of how a teacher changed a life. Not with money, not with big actions, but with words. Simple, kind words. And maybe you too have someone who once believed in you. Maybe you remember a teacher, a friend, or even a family member who said, "I believe in you." Hold on to that. Repeat it. Let it guide you. Because sometimes one sentence can open a door. One sentence can start a journey. Before we finish, let's softly repeat the useful words from the story. Believe, encourage, confidence, effort, persistence, progress, perfection, together, dream, voice. Repeat them again, slowly. Believe, encourage, confidence, effort, persistence, progress, perfection, together, dream, voice. These words can guide your English practice, and they can guide your life. Remember, English learning is also a journey. Some days feel easy, some days feel hard. But just like Daniel, if you keep going, if you give your best effort, you will grow. So dear learner, keep practicing, keep believing. Your voice matters. And one day, your English will also paint a picture. Now it's your turn. Can you write one clear sentence about your dream? Say it out loud. Say it with confidence. And remember, you are not alone. We are learning together.